The Samsung Galaxy NX is the world's first compact system camera to run the Android operating system, much like the system you'd find on Samsung smartphones and tablets. Just like a smartphone, you can upload to lots of different social media channels on this camera, and you can also just go onto the Google Play Store and download lots of apps, which gives you a lot more functionality and versatility than any other camera on the market. It's the first of its kind, so we're going to find out how it performs in this review. Now, the Samsung Galaxy NX isn't the world's first Android camera. Late last year, of course, Samsung released the Galaxy camera, which is a camera with a fixed zoom lens. So this camera offers a lot more versatility in that you can interchange lenses. At its heart, it's got a 20.3 megapixel sensor, and it's the APS-C type as found within most DSLRs, so it can produce very good image quality. It also offers an ISO range that runs between 100 and 25,600, which doesn't need to be expanded. The Galaxy NX shares a lot of its features with Samsung's other compact system camera, the NX300. As well as the same sensor and the same ISO range, the camera can shoot at 8.6 frames per second, pretty quick for a mirrorless camera, and the maximum shutter speed goes up to 1/6000th of a second. From the front, the Galaxy NX looks very similar to previous NX models such as the NX20. And it's not really until you start turning the camera around and taking a look from the side, you start to realise things are a little bit different. The camera is actually very thin across the top here, but then it's got this really big protruding hand grip. In the hand, it feels really good. That gives a really good, comfortable feel with a nice little protrusion at the back here where your thumb can rest. But what else is different? Well, we've got the touchscreen at the rear. Now, it's not like any normal touchscreen that you find on a compact. It's a 4.77-inch touchscreen, the world's largest touchscreen on any camera. This is used to drive everything from the apps to different exposure settings, all this kind of thing. As well as the excellent screen, you've also got the eye function button here on the side of the lens. What this allows you to do is just go in and quickly access the most common imaging variables such as shutter speed, aperture and ISO. It's a feature that's very unique to Samsung cameras, but it's great for changing your settings on the fly. One of the big differences between the Galaxy NX and the Galaxy camera is battery life. On the Galaxy camera, we found out that the battery life didn't really last that long, and it was really kind of frustrating having to always just charge the battery up again after a few hours. So what have they done? Well, they've featured this much larger battery in this much larger hand grip, and this is good for up to 420 shots, so you can keep shooting without having to worry to recharge all of the time. The screen is a really crisp and sharp display. It's the same kind of screen that you'd find on a smartphone. It's absolutely superb for composing images, and as we found out, we used it most of the time for composing our shots. You have, of course, got the electronic viewfinder above, and there's an eye sensor as well, so just as you lift your eye up to it, you'll just find that the screen the feed just transfers up to the electronic viewfinder. But there is a little bit of a delay between the two, and we'd like to see that slightly faster. Also on the back of the screen, you've got the smart panel where you can just change all your camera settings. Just click that here, and that'll bring you up all the different variables. You can change your ISO, change your aperture, and also change your shutter speed and exposure compensation. Thanks to the screen being so responsive, you can do this very, very easily. Because there's no mode dial of such on the camera, you've got this mode option, this mode icon over on the right. That just loads up the different modes which you can then just toggle through using the scroll dial up here on the top plate. Once you've accessed them, you can then just go in and just push down the scroll dial, just push that forward, and then you can just control the different shutter speeds and aperture values, even the ISO up here, up at the top. What we did notice, however, is because these icons are listed up at the top, when you're shooting from low angles, it does make it difficult to see because the electronic viewfinder here does block these. So it would be better next time if these were moved slightly further across so you can just see them when you're looking down. So whereas at the moment we're shooting with the camera, we can just go back and access the main Android home screen by just holding in and depressing the scroll dial up here off on the top. That'll just take us back to the main Android screen where we can do many different things and access all of our different apps, such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. One of the great advantages of having such a large touchscreen at the rear is that you can just go in and just scroll through your images very, very easily and very, very quickly. And of course you can zoom in just by using the pinch and zoom gestures just to check your detail and check your sharpness. Now you will notice that the image has got black tram lines down both sides. That's because the sensor is a 3:2 aspect, whereas the screen is 16:9. However, that's no problem really, because it is great to view images at such a size, and you'll also notice that both when you're shooting in JPEG and RAW, both the JPEG and RAW files are displayed on the timeline. The other advantage of having and running the Android-based operating system is that you can edit your shots very, very quickly on the camera rather than having to go back and edit them on your computer. Just going up here towards the right, you can just go in, click on Edit. That'll just take you into the editing area, and you can go and apply lots of different effects. You can crop the image, rotate the image, and one of our favourite effects has been the vintage effect. And we really like the effect of that, and you can then go ahead and just save that as a new file just by clicking on Save. As well as being Wi-Fi equipped, the Galaxy NX is 3G and 4G enabled, meaning that you can just quickly upload your shots straight to social media in any remote location if you don't have a Wi-Fi hotspot. Take this example here in Trafalgar Square, for example. I can just take a shot, just quickly upload it, provided I've got the right SIM card inserted. After taking a series of shots, uploading to Facebook or social media really is very straightforward. Using the touchscreen, you can just go up to the top here and just use this connectivity icon. And from here, you're given all the options to share the images via lots of different ways. You can add it to Dropbox, Bluetooth, you can just send via Facebook or just Gmail. But what we're going to do on this case is we're just going to upload it to Facebook. I'm just going to show you how quick and easy that is using the 3G connectivity. So we're here, we could just say something about this photo, but I'm just going to post it. And you can also just tag or just use Facebook just to tell you where you are. But I'm just going to post that on my page. And we can just see now that's just going in. So from the home screen, I'm just going to go into my apps here and then just go into Facebook where I'm already signed in, and we can just easily see that the image has been uploaded to my profile without any Wi-Fi hotspot. It's using the 3G connectivity to upload the image, and we can just see it here, as well as all the other images that I've taken. The Samsung Galaxy NX is a fantastic concept from Samsung, and we're guaranteed this isn't going to be the last compact system camera that we see that runs the Android-based system. It is pretty expensive at £1,299, however, and for those people that Samsung are trying to target with this type of camera, it seems a little bit too expensive, and there are some refinements that need to be made. To read the full review, just check out www.whatdigitalcamera.com.